Hold them close, they're here to stay. In your heart, not far away. Memories stitched with love and care come to life, they're always there.
Welcome to Come to Life. Today we honor the memory of Sandra. Sandra's daughter Nicole reached out to me and asked me if I could make her 3 bears of her mama's clothes. So let's get started. McTavish, I need that fabric. Nicole told me that her mom loved the beach, so with each of these bears, I'm going to add a little extra beachy touch. I found a cute little whale to stitch on this one. This sweater had a Myrtle Beach logo on the back, so I really wanted to focus on that. I wanted to make that part really stand out. I gotta get past Bonnie the thread protector. After a couple of adjustments, I've got the first head ready. Because this one was a hoodie, I also wanted to add the hood that came with it. Now, bears are a little bit smaller than humans, so I've got to cut the hood down to size. And there's our hood. Now that's out of the way, it's time to do some embroidery and get ready to make the foot pads. I never had the honor of meeting Sandra, but she seemed like one of the sweetest ladies. You'll be able to tell in her pictures. She looked like she had a beautiful soul, and I'm so honored that I get to help memorialize her. Nicole told me that she used to always say, "You are the reason." So I wanted to make sure that we featured that prominently on each bear. On this bear, I made a little pocket on the front that says, "You are the reason." And now we're on to bear number 2. It was a hoodie, just like the last bear. So we're also going to make a hood for this one. This one also had some of her handwriting in it, so I cut that piece out so that we can display it prominently on the bear, and you'll see towards the end of it. Now I'm starting to put it together, and I wanted to make sure that the stripes lined up nice and evenly. And since she loved the beach, I'm picking out some beachy applique so that we can decorate it. And of course, little Ann is here to help. No matter how many times I do this, I just love watching these bears come together from these pieces of fabric. While I make these, I always think about how special this person must have been. They were so special that their loved ones reached out to me to make these for them, to give them something to help preserve their memory. Just like with the last bear, we're making a hoodie for this one. Unfortunately, bears are a lot smaller than humans, so I've got to cut it down to size. While working on this, I was just thinking about how loved Sandra must have been and how loving she must have been towards her family. I was able to see the pictures. You just see a lot of love in those pictures, and that's amazing. Now it's time to pick out some eyes and start putting together the face. I've always just loved making little heart-shaped noses. I could just use a regular old nose, but I don't know, something special about that little heart in the front that I love. And I have to hand stitch the noses on, which I think that adds a little extra layer of love. And making the face is not complete without a little peekaboo. And now it's time to start putting the rest of the head together. While we're working on that, I'm also going to start using my new embroidery machine that I got that I'm so happy about. And we're going to start getting the foot pads ready. The feet are small, but they're actually one of the most difficult things to do on a bear because of the curvature. And I always leave some stabilizer on the back of them just to help give them a little extra shape. And there's our little foot pads. This hoodie also had pockets, so I thought it'd be really cute to make some little front pockets for the bear. Bears are a little smaller than humans though, so I've got to cut them down to size. I thought this would also be a great place to showcase Sandra's special words. You are the reason. He's coming together little by little. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts, the stuffing. We are gonna fatten this little bear up. Once we get done stuffing, it's time to bring the bear together by sewing on the hood and the head. I wanted to display the part of the sweater that Sandra had written on in a very special place. So I'm going to bring it up forefront and center on top of the hood. I added a little lace around it too, just to add a little extra love. I wanted to add a little extra special touches of love, and there's our bear. Now it's time for bear number 3. So with this bear here, I've only got a little bit of a cotton shirt, so we're going to make up for that by adding some stabilizer to the cotton just to help give it a little bit more form and a little more shape. And we're also going to supplement it with a few extra special things to just add a little bit more love to it. I decided to supplement it with a little minky fabric and use that to make the pants out of. And since Sandra loved the beach, I decided that a hand towel would make the perfect size beach towel for a bear. And I wanted to make it special, so I went online and I found a beachy embroidery pattern specifically for it. Plus, I'm so excited to get to use my brand new embroidery machine. And of course, I had to pick out a piece of beachy applique for it. Time to get to work and start seeing our bear come together. It is truly an honor for me to get to make something like this, to get to make something so cherished and meaningful to other people. My projects might not be perfect, but they are made with love, and I just love to get to do this for people. Time for the face to start coming together. I asked Bonnie to help me sew the nose on, but she said she doesn't have opposable thumbs. Oh, I love putting on the little ears. And pay no mind to the mess behind me. Us creative folks tend to be a little messy. Back to my favorite part, the stuffing. Time to start getting this little bear all fattened up. Now that he's all stuffed, he's ready to come together. So sometimes I mess up, just like we do in life, but it's a good thing I've got some seam rippers. One final touch of love I wanted to add, since Sandra was such a big beach lover, was a beach flower that I got from Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, here recently on a trip over there, and I just thought that would be a nice added touch. And here's our finished product. Making these bears was such an honor to me, and I want to thank Nicole and her family for trusting me with these memories of her beautiful mom. So here we have the finished product of each bear. And now I want to take a minute to remember the beautiful Sandra.
Hold them close, they're here to stay. In your heart, not far away. Memories stitched with love and care come to life, they're always there. Hold them close, they're here to stay. In your heart, not far away. Memories stitched with love and care come to life, they're always there. Hold them close, they're here to stay. In your heart, not far away. Memories stitched with.
Their story will always live on. Thank you for allowing me to be part of it.